Hey guys, WhipChip here, and in today's video, I'll be going through my custom LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising minifigure series. Now this is a part 2 to a video I made back in July, so if you're still clamoring for some custom Ninjago figs, I would go check it out. Of course, after this video. I know it's been a while since I've posted, but trust me, the wait has been worth it. I hope you enjoy! So the first minifigure we're going to take a look at is Geo. Now this guy is easily the most complex minifigure I have ever made, and compared to this TV show counterpart, I think he turned out pretty good. The hardest part about him was definitely those ears, with that putty and all that. It's a very specific shape at such a small scale, but I think it turned out pretty good. As for an accessory, I gave him the broom, which he uses to fight Dr. LaRoe's drones when she's attacking the Land of Lost Things. So the next minifigure we're going to take a look at is Jay, or as the administration employees call him, Agent Walker. This guy is a lot simpler than Geo, but I still think he turned out pretty good. As an accessory, I gave him his gaming controller as well as a mad face because of course they did interrupt his video games. This character, this minifigure, is the reason why this minifigure series exists. Every single moment with Aerocor was literally amazing. I thought he was perfect. Absolutely perfect. His hair is from the Monkie Kid Ink Warrior Demons, his face is from Infernox from LEGO Ultra Agents, and then, of course, his torso, or I guess that print or whatever, is from this Instagram post. His tail is from Flamma from Nexo Knights, and then, of course, for accessories, I gave him his, sword pieces, as well as this little compass arrow thing that he gives to Nia and Sora to help them lead their way. To go with Aerocor, we have a Howler. Now this is another minifigure that really put my crafting skills to the test, with that cloth cape at the bottom. I think it turned out really good, and I think it looks really cool. It almost looks like he's flying through the air or whatever, like he does in the show. As an accessory, I gave this guy the bag of jewels that Nia and Sora were using to find the last Dragon Energy Core. Okay, so this next minifigure might look a little cursed, but hey, let's be honest, he looked a little cursed in the show too. Maybe just because Wu looks a little bit naked, I don't really know. For this guy, I gave him his accessory of those gold beads or whatever he was using to train Lloyd, as well as his hair, or well, his beard, and his face from that golden anniversary Wu. As an accessory, I guess you could also include young Lloyd sad or scared, getting ready to beat up those targets. So the next minifigure you're going to take a look at is Percival and Baby Ryu. Now this guy has two huge accessories, one of course being Baby Ryu, and then the other this custom hoverboard I made. Now in the TV show they use these a lot, and then of course they did come in one set being Zane's Dragon Race Car, but the thing about that set is that they didn't really look like they do in the show, so I decided to make a little more show accurate one, which is also perfect for fitting Baby Ryu. So now you can have Percival bring Baby Ryu to the Empress. As for the rest of Percival, you can see he has a custom printed torso that I got off of the user Skunk Bricks, who is on Mecha Bricks, so go check him out. I get a lot of my stuff from him. And then this hairpiece I painted, and then a really cool LEGO City face, one where he's pretty chipper, and then the other one shocked. Possibly a good expression for, when he figures out what the Empress is really doing to the dragons. The next minifigure we're taking a look at is one of Dorama's minions. Now this guy might not be the most important character in the show, but I still think he turned out really good. The hardest part was definitely putting in that glitter up on that band up there, but I mean, come on, it was all worth it. These two are such an unstoppable duo. The next minifigure we're taking a look at is Jordana. Now what was originally holding me back from making this minifigure was that hairpiece, and I didn't have a copy of it that I could paint, but of course I was able to get my hands on one and paint it. Now I'm not really happy with the way the face turned out, but thankfully the new minifigure of Jordana in the new Winter Wave does have a better looking face than mine does, so I will be switching that out for my personal collection. As an accessory, I gave Jordana one of those Imperium swords, except I shaved off the top of it, so that way it's just one of the guns, which of course she uses in the battle against Sora in Dr. LaRoe's lab. So the next couple of minifigures both relate to the administration, and they're basically the same minifigure, so I'll try and go through them quick. This one is just one of those administration agents. I painted the neck black so she has a turtleneck, as well as giving her one of the blasters, so that way she can fire at people that did not have their permission forms complete. And for the other administration agent, I gave this one the same turtleneck that the other one had, as well as a pen to sign all of that paperwork, and then a Dragon Energy Core that is painted. This is the one that is found in Jay's Lightning Dragon, but I painted on the gold and the blue to make it a little bit more show accurate. Following the pair from the administration, we have a pair from the royal family of Imperium, of course first starting with Beatrix. Now Beatrix has a lot going on to her. First off, her hair is Peggy Carter's hair from the LEGO Marvel CMF1 painted in white. Her face is actually Beatrix's face, minus the cheekbones and minus like the grimace that Beatrix has going on for her. Of course Beatrix doesn't really look like that evil in the show, so I gave her a smile. I mean, it still kind of looks creepy, but what are you gonna do? And then her torso and legs were actually the biggest challenge of this minifigure. So you see that they are actually just a red version of Beatrix's. Now, the problem with that, though, is that Beatrix still has, like, those black lines on it, right? As you can obviously see here, there are black lines going all over, right? Now, if you took a Photoshop editor and just removed the black, it would, like, take everything with it, and it would take forever to add all that back in. Thankfully, user Dynasty Customs over on Instagram was able to add all that in and actually painted this piece, so all of that is actual detail. I could absolutely never do what he does, and I'm so thankful that he posted it online, because then I could just print it off and put it on my Beatrix. I think she turned out pretty good. As an accessory, I gave her these like crystal purple pieces to represent her power that she has, whatever it is. Then, following Beatrix, we have her dad, the original Emperor of Imperium. This guy is easily, again, one of my favorite customs I've ever made. I think he turned out really good. He uses Dr. Julian's hair as well as Dumbledore's beard, a painted gold version of this armor piece. Now, I know this piece does come in gold, but I wanted it to match the gold on the trim of his robes. His face is actually Sensei Wu's, and yeah, I'm really proud of the way this guy turned out. Following the old Emperor of Imperium, we have one of these Snail Guards that was guarding the 3rd Dragon Energy Core. This guy looks pretty cool. He's got one of these staff pieces, as well as the shell on his back. The only custom work I did on him was painting that little bit of pink on his chest so that it wouldn't clash with the rest of him. Next up, we have the Murray Commander. Now this guy is pretty simple. He's basically just the Murray Guard from Seabound, except with armor, a sword, and then of course the really cool crown that he wore in the episode. I'm really happy with the way this guy turned out, and yeah, on to the next minifigure. Or should I say minifigures? The next two, of course, are Sorus Parents. They're both pretty simple and both use the same set of armor, torso, and legs. Of course, that armor being the Imperium Guard from Star Wars. For the dad, I just gave him this black swooshed hair. And then, of course, for the mom, I just gave her that parted black hair, which I think looks really good. Actually, the hair did not fit over the armor when I first got it, so I had to shave it down. You can kind of see that a little bit there, but it's really satisfying how it just kind of fits snugly over that. But yeah, now they can both, I guess, scold Sora? I don't really know about this one. The next minifigure we're taking a look at is Cole. Now, in Dragon's Rising, Cole gets a brand new powered-up form, which not only includes his arms being powered up like his lava arms, but also lava legs, which I think is really cool. Of course, for this minifigure, I just gave him his modified Dragon's Rising hammer that he uses. And then, of course, his legs and his arms are both from Dragon-powered Cole from Crystallize. And then, of course, this scar is painted on from his Day of the Departed scar. Then you can see this little blue thing, which is meant to be Sweeper from that Imperium mech. One of the last minifigures we're going to take a look at is young Jordana. Now this minifigure really came together for me, mostly thanks to that hairpiece from LEGO Dreams. I think it's from Nova, or whatever her name is. Her face is from the Gamer Truck from LEGO City, and then of course her torso is printed. As an accessory, I gave her the volcano, which she made for her science fair project. This minifigure looks really good, and I'm really happy with it, especially next to young Sora. And rounding off our minifigures in this series, we have Greenscreen Gary. Now this guy looks really great. I'm happy with the way he turned out. Pretty show accurate. Really the only part that's customized is of course that head wrap. And rounding off the minifigure series, we have a Lava Tide. Now, of course, this is just the Power Miners rock monster, but I think it works out pretty well. You can still open the mouth and, like, make it laugh and all that stuff at Wildfire and Kai. And so, here are all of my Dragon's Rising Series 2 custom minifigures. I am so happy with the way all of these turned out. Honestly, this minifigure series really pushed me to the limits, especially with these ones up in the main row. These are each my favorite minifigure from the series. So we got, of course, in first place, we have Geo, then we have Aracor, then we have the Howler, and then we have the original Emperor of Imperium. Those four are easily my favorite minifigures, and some of my favorite minifigures I think I will ever make. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching if you stuck around this long. Hopefully I can do this for Dragon's Rising Season 2, and maybe it won't take me as long as it did for this one. But yeah, Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye!